The rusty iron gates groaned as I pushed them open. A shiver ran down my spine. It was midnight, the witching hour. Why did I think this was a good idea? The air was heavy with the smell of damp earth and something else, something ancient. I gripped the flashlight tighter, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest. My footsteps echoed softly on the cracked asphalt path, the only sound besides the distant howling of a dog. Shadows stretched out from the gnarled trees, twisting into menacing shapes in my mind. Each step I took deeper into the cemetery felt like a step closer to the unknown. I shouldn't be here. I knew it. But something drew me in. The old oak tree at the center loomed closer. That's where she was, buried beneath its sorrowful branches. Grandma always said this cemetery was haunted. I wish I had listened to her. The air grew colder as I approached her grave. The flashlight beam danced on the weathered headstone, illuminating the inscription, Eleanor Vance. My grandma. I missed her. But visiting her at this hour was a mistake. I knelt, placing a hand on the cold stone. "Hey, Grandma?" I whispered. The silence was deafening. It seemed to hold its breath, watching. Unease crept up my spine. The wind picked up, swirling around me. Leaves danced like phantoms. I saw a figure lurking in the shadows. But when I turned, there was nothing. Just the wind and shadows. At least, I hoped it was. I tried to ignore the feeling of eyes on me, the prickling sensation on the back of my neck. It was time to leave. This place was starting to get to me. That's when I heard it. A soft whisper, my name, spoken right next to my ear. I whipped around, shining the flashlight in every direction. Nothing. Hello? Only the echo of my own fear answered. The wind howled again, this time sounding almost like a mournful cry. Or was it laughter? I took a step back, bumping into something solid. I spun around, my heart leaping into my throat. A towering headstone loomed over me, its surface cold and rough against my back. I was trapped. Panic surged through me. I had to get out of there. I stumbled forward, desperate to escape the whispering voices that seemed to be closing in on me. But the ground beneath my feet, it felt different. Soft, spongy, like walking on a giant sponge. I glanced down. My blood ran cold. The ground wasn't ground anymore. It was moving, writhing. Hundreds, thousands of earthworms churned beneath the surface, wriggling, reaching, grasping. Their slimy bodies pulsed and throbbed, a grotesque parody of a heartbeat. My stomach lurched. I stumbled back, my foot catching on a gnarled root. I fell, landing hard on the writhing mass. The whispers intensified, swirling around me like a vortex of despair. I screamed, scrambling to my feet, desperate to escape the living nightmare beneath me. But it was too late. Something grabbed my ankle. A scream caught in my throat. A cold, clammy hand, as lifeless as the grave itself, clutched my ankle, its grip like a vice. I thrashed, kicking wildly, but the grip only tightened. Panic surged through me, cold and sharp as ice. Through the darkness, 2 points of light pierced the veil of the night. Eyes, glowing with an eerie, otherworldly luminescence. They floated closer, accompanied by the rustle of unseen fabric. A figure began to solidify from the darkness, tall and skeletal, its form shifting and wavering like a heat haze. It had no face. Where a face should have been, there was only an empty void, a swirling vortex of shadows and whispers. The whispers intensified, morphing into a single word, repeated over and over, each utterance colder than the last. "Mine," it hissed. "Mine, mine, mine." Mustering all my strength, I kicked out again. My foot connected with something solid, and the grip on my ankle vanished. I scrambled back, scrambling to my feet, my heart pounding against my ribs. The figure flickered, its form dissolving into the shadows. The whispers faded, leaving behind an echoing silence that was somehow more terrifying than the noise. I didn't waste another second. I ran. I ran until my lungs burned and my legs screamed for mercy. I didn't stop until I was safe, back on the familiar street, bathed in the orange glow of the streetlights. I never looked back. But I know deep down that something followed me from that cemetery. Something dark and cold. Something that whispers my name in the dead of night. Something that changed me forever. If you enjoyed this terrifying tale, please like and subscribe for more spine-chilling stories.